Ali suffered through his career. Now they letting a little bit of it out, but when you don't be truthful, it's gonna come out, man.
It's gonna
No
come.
matter who the fuck you are, you may have all the money you want, and then they lay your ass in the box and start talking about you.
And I always told people you was a great teacher in my life because you done taught me a lot of shit, but you would use your own wrongdoing as an example to make the point.
Hey,
Which I do that when I teach.
I
Cause when
look,
you just said that, I'm a real nigga. Truth,
hey,
truth then came out on my ass in life.
hey, cause
You see me when you always talk about, man, get your rest. Don't go back out there, man. Leave career alone and all that. Truth had crept up on my ass.
hey, I could tell you them things because I lived them.
Mm-hmm. But the one thing
I
about
been
teaching, everything happened for a reason. I don't regret
Hey,
nothing.
hey,
Cause some things gotta happen for.
God has a reason of making our mess work for the good.
Yeah.
That don't have nothing to do with us.
Yeah.
He used different people to get his message through.
Mm-hmm. To make his ayat clear.
To make it clear to your ass if you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Because when Joshua was laying on, he looked fucked up, man, on laying down there. And he probably said, that might let this fat motherfucker be.
Yeah. To the point where when you said God has a way of creeping up on your ass, in Joshua's case, if we want to talk boxing, the whole dynamic, that loss somewhat can affect personal life.
Hey, guess what? If he living his personal life like he lived his boxing, look what happened.
Yeah.
That's hopefully that don't happen.
And when you say one more time, God will creep up on your ass, it crept up on Joshua's ass in the manner of he had no choice but to be humble in defeat. He had to take the pictures with Ruiz. I mean, he got to. What he going? You got beat. We see you got beat. So the rep, and that's why certain fighters, I see. Some fight, like you said, God gonna creep up on your ass. I think about a nigga like, and this ain't me. I could be totally wrong. Cause I don't know. Niggas like Bronabed stop being that. Those type of losses to me should be, cause it'll creep up on you. I see motherfuckers that clearly lose fights and act like they didn't lose the fight, not being humble because they didn't get knocked out. Fuck you gonna do? Cause it was a clip they showed. I don't know these niggas. It was a classic. It was an unknown fight at the time for real. And one of the niggas won by unanimous decision. And the bitter nigga with no gloves on stole the nigga and fucked him up. It was like, it's known in boxing for that fucked up shit. But the fighters wasn't that high. But it's like, that shit is dealing with motherfuckers' character. Boxing exposed people character. That's the most sport that expose a lot of people's character.
You got a lot of fighters that are of that mentality that don't care about nobody at all. A lot of fighters just want to hurt motherfuckers, and some of them get hurt in the doing that. And a guy like that, that's almost like this nigga that Tyson had problems with. Green, what is his
Mitch
name?
Green.
Mitch Green. He was one of the type of characters. He just wanted to play there.
Now he couldn't deny that ass whooping that Mike put on his ass. Mike Tyson sucker punched me. Remember he did all that shit. Who the fuck? Mitch Green, they the Broner category niggas. They talk their way into a payday. Because other than that, who is Mitch Green?
Really, as time go by, they gonna be saying who was Broner.
Yeah.
Broner had some big fights, but Broner never really won a big fight. He lost all of them. Broner was an entertainer though, cause he had niggas laughing.
I can honestly give Broner credit for that. Broner, no matter what, has become he on the list of one of the most controversial, self-promoting fighters.
Yeah, but he also had skills.
Mm-hmm.
He did have skills, but you can see the lifestyle he lived took away from his accomplishment.
Just when he was peaking, certain decisions he probably made with arrogance, because some people do things with kid. Some people, you gotta test your greatness, and sometimes you gotta be smart. You went from 135 to 147, and God crept up on your ass, and that was the beginning of the fall.
That's why the Bible teaches about humility. He wasn't humble.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't give God his due in the way he lived. He promoted to the youngins drinking, gambling, and fighting and talking about
Making pornos
and all that. He was a R. Kelly undercover.
and
What's up with R?
it's quiet until it's new things with but let me tell